Alright, let's look at the homework 1.6, problem number 10. Alright, so we want to find the domain and the range of the arc sine of 3x plus 6. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so let's see. So I'm going to look at the domain and the first domain of, say, arc sine. It's just simple arc sine. So let's say y equals arc sine of x, right? So as we did in class, so domain of arc sine would be between -1 to +1, right? And the range of arc sine is going to be restricted to -pi/2 to +pi/2, right? Then think about the transformations we're going to apply to this guy and what kind of effect it's going to have to the domain and range. All right, so g of x is, all right, we have arc, let's see, arc sine. All right, I'm going to actually rewrite a little bit. So I'm going to pull out the 3, factor out the 3, so it's a 3 times quantity x plus 2. Alright, so there are a couple of transformations we need to look at. Alright, so first one is this guy right here. Alright, so this is the first transformation. Alright, and then this is the second transformation. Alright, so the first transformation, so let's look at 1. Alright, this is going to be, if you look at it, this is going to be, you multiply by 3. Alright, so this is going to be a horizontal compression or a horizontal expansion or stretching. Alright, so since multiplied by 3, it's going to actually shrink it by a factor of 3. So this is going to be a horizontal compression by a factor of 3. Alright, so it's a compression, and since this is only a horizontal change, so it's going to affect only the domain, because x direction is a horizontal direction. If you compress the picture, the domain is going to get compressed as well. Right? So after the compression, so we're going to have y equals arc sine of 3x. Right? Then we know that the domain of this guy is going to get compressed by a factor of 3, so it's going to be, everything is going to be 1/3, so it's going to be 1/3 to +1/3. Right? So this is a horizontal compression, and the range is unaffected because the range is a y value, so it's a vertical direction, so range is going to stay the same, so it's going to be -pi/2 to +pi/2. Alright, so let's look at the second transformation. Alright, so this one, inside the parenthesis, you're adding 2. So this is going to shift to left by 2 units. Right? So shift left by 2 units. So again, if you're looking at the domain, it's going to get shift 2 units to the left. So we know that the function is y equals arc sine of 3 times x plus 2, right? So the domain is going to change into, right? So we have to subtract 2 from there, so it's -1/3 minus 2 would be -7/3, right? +1/3 minus 2 would be -5/3. Right? The range-wise, horizontal shift doesn't affect the things vertically, so it's actually the range just stays exactly the same as original. All right, so so that's that. So let's type it in. All right, so we got domain is going to be -7/3 to -5/3. Range is -pi. Oops, no, that's not it. The pi over 2 to +pi/2. Right? Oops. Let's see here. All right. So let's submit for testing. All right. It came back, and looks like we got the domain and the range correctly. All right. That's it. So all you have to do is start with the domain range of the original arcsine, then apply a couple of transformations and see what kind of change we have to make to the domain and to the range. All right. That's it. I hope that this was clear.